You want to deport any of them?
30 seconds.
Yes, actually, we should have a proper deportation proceedings. But I also think that we shouldn't deport dreamers. Kari Lake, again, is a voting.
All 20 million of them?
There's not 20 million dreamers. So let's be clear.
Yeah, let's talk about the dreamers. You had a chance to make a deal.
You are not made clear.
You had a chance to make a deal and you used them
President Trump right now is saying that he's going to deport.
Kari Lake absolutely mopping the floor with her opponent, leftist Latino Ruben Gallego, in the Arizona Senate debate last week. Here to talk about it, Arizona Senate candidate Kari Lake. Hey, good to see you, lady. Tell us what was going through your mind in that exchange. He wouldn't let you get the... I know where you were going because I know what happened. And tell me what surprised you about Gallego's performance.
Well, he flopped, but I wasn't surprised by that. I mean, he's been pushing just a complete false narrative fiction about himself and an extreme makeover with the $100 million in ads from him and his friends. And this was the first chance Arizona got to see him. Nobody in Arizona knows who he is except for the phony commercials he's putting out. They don't realize he is the most far-left candidate running this cycle. He's 100% behind Kamala and Joe Biden. And his entire story, even his opening story about his childhood, not having a bed until he was 18, is a big fat lie. It's fiction. And I felt the need, Chris, to do the job of the media and inform people because the media has dropped the ball. I alluded to it in one of my exchanges with him. His father is a convicted Mexican drug trafficker. And I don't blame Ruben for that. But you would think that if you really want to stop that kind of thing from happening in our country, you would vote to secure the border. I called him out for, despite having that background, even though he just said, my father dabbled in drug dealing. I think being a drug trafficker is different than dabbling in drug dealing. He has supported an open border. He's empowered the cartels and has been a complete disaster. And now this week, tomorrow or the next day, his sealed divorce records, because he walked out on his first wife when she was 9 months pregnant, served her divorce papers a few days before Christmas and ran off with the D.C. lobbyist. So I had to tell people this because the media has been ignoring it. Can you imagine if that was my background? It would be splashed all over the news.
And you're right about the Democrats walking away from the Dreamer proposal that was put out by President Trump. They didn't want a solution. They wanted the bludgeon. Now, you have President Trump's official endorsement. How crucial in your mind is it that you be the next senator from Arizona in conjunction with the Trump victory to begin to undo the massive illegal immigration campaign launched and supported by Mr. Gallego and his political party?
It's absolutely critical. If Ruben Gallego were to end up in the U.S. Senate, he would try to sabotage everything President Trump will be trying to do to get us back on track. This is why President Trump is so eager for me to have a victory. Our internal polling looks good, but we got to get out the vote and make sure everybody votes because Ruben Gallego is going to be a disaster. Even though he's trying to act like he's more moderate, we know from his record of 10 years, he called the border wall dumb and stupid. He called Trump supporters the worst people in the world. And he's wanted to give federal dollars to sanctuary cities. He's completely America last. And we must not let him ever see step a foot.
I got about a minute left.
Senate.
Yeah, I got about a minute left, Kari, here, and I want to get this last question. And Kamala Harris will be sitting down for an interview over at the Karl Rove Never Trump Network. President Trump taking to Truth Social about this. Lion Kamala Harris, he says, has wisely chosen Bret Baier of Fox News to do a much-needed interview because he is considered to be fair and balanced, though often very soft to those on the cocktail circuit left. We should also point out the Karl Rove Never Trump Network folks has dropped their fair and balanced descriptor for themselves. And this can go one of two ways. It will either be a focus on her record or it will be an ongoing Trump bash fest. Kari, as a longtime respected journalist that I know that you are, what kind of questions would you be formulating so that Kamala Harris would get a firm but a fair interview?
Well, I think I would just ask her to explain why she said she wouldn't change a single thing about what Joe Biden did in this last term, because I can think of about 1,000 things they should have, not done. Think about Afghanistan, and I would just start hitting her on each one of those. Do you think that the way we withdrew from Afghanistan was the right way? And make her respond to each and everything, because she did say she wouldn't change a single thing about the last disastrous 4 years. And then I would ask her if she has a message for Lake and Riley's family or any of these other people who've been terrorized by illegals.
you.